so
Dude,
crazy.
New York is weird like that now too. I guess it's just because it steadily happened, and I was there my whole life. I didn't notice it, but it used to be Empire State Building, a little bit of the Chrysler Building, and the towers.
Yeah.
And then the Freedom Tower replaced that, but that was it. And now it's like 100-story apartment building over here, 95 apartments over there. Like the whole city looks different.
I remember seeing the World Trade Center in, it probably was like 99 or something like that, or 2000. 99 probably, and we went, and I remember how big they looked, and it was because there was two of them. And I guess, because even when you see the new one, you're like, it doesn't feel...
No.
It doesn't feel like the one.
I was like, you're close to two, it's like, it takes up the whole...
I told people, I was like, God, when you saw it, it was like, I was so glad I got to see it, because it was like overwhelming when you saw it, and maybe the city wasn't what it's now. And then you see the new one, you're like, I don't know.
I know, and it's big as fuck. It's
huge.
It's not like it's
two of them is crazy.
Yeah, that's
like it was like
they kind of should have ran it back with two.
Yeah, do three.
Yeah,
go one more.
I never got to see him because I was supposed to go. When I grew up in Massachusetts, and then for like an 8th grade class trip, we were supposed to go in like November or something like that. Go down to New York, go down to DC. September 11th, changed those plans. And
it was that year?
It was that year.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Yeah, and so we changed our plans, and we went to fucking Lancaster County, Pennsylvania instead. We went to
turning butter.
We were a couple 13-year-olds ready to rip up New York City and DC, and we went out to Amish country.
So this is where y'all are kind of at. This area's been changing a lot. But before I started comedy, I delivered mattresses to houses, or a lot of delivery company, and I talk about something in my act. Now, I worked with a guy, Jamie Mueller. I still talk. I don't mind it. It doesn't matter. Jamie's been shot in the face before, and so
how does that work? Like in the cheek or
something? Oh yeah, like he was a bad drug dealer. So first day my boss is like, by the way, before you ride with Jamie, he's been shot in the face. He's like, don't bring it up. And I'm like,
I wasn't planning on it.
I'm just like, what happened to your face? Like, I'm 19. I'm like, what happened to your face? And he was like, a drug dealer went bad, and so he's doing great. And then he's driving a truck, and we're kind of over back in this area. And this is, has to be, again, like 98, 99, something like that. And we get caught. We delivered a house to this old lady's house. I was doing refrigerators at that time. I mixed it up.
Fridges, bro?
Fridges, beds. We would just move around.
Like one of those guys put the belt on and you had the straps so you could
This is a little old school, no belt.
Just hands. We were about the lower back. We lived with our back.
We lived, that's what it was. It was like knees were just, there's rumors about you should use your knees, but it wasn't, we weren't doing it. We were still heavy back, and then so we delivered this old refrigerator. I remember this old lady, and we move her refrigerator out and pull it out, and there's a dead cat behind the refrigerator. And we're like, oh, hey, there's a dead cat back. She goes, oh, that's where it is. She's in her 80s. She's just
rotten or
it's just dead. No, it's been there for a minute. Yeah, okay. And then we just put the refrigerator back over it. You're like, we don't do everything.
I'm a refrigerator mover. Not a dead cat remover, bro.
She didn't want to get it. You're like, well, I don't. We just moved it back in. And then we made the corner, and then we got caught in a drive-by.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we just hear this popping behind us, and we're in a big 24-foot box truck, and we see this kid run, and it sounded like fireworks.
Yeah.
Like he set off firecrackers, he take off running.
Yeah.
And then we see it, and they just lit up this house, and then they shoot at our truck to get us, because we're on a 1-lane road, basically, to get us to move over.
The whole thing, yeah.
And then they went through the whole truck, went about 6 feet above my head.
Whoa.
You
could have just honked, guys.
I drive in the grass. You're clearly not following the laws anymore, so maybe just drive around it,
Not to mention, you hit me. Well, now you're really not. Now we're really not getting out of the way. I've been shot.
I've been shot. Yeah.
Do you want to earn money every time you spend money? Download the Upside app for free right now and earn cash back on everyday expenses. Get 5 cents per gallon of gas, get 30% on groceries, and up to 45% at restaurants. Download Upside today.
But I was with him, and he was like, "Were you sure?" It's the only time I've ever been that you have to fill to see if you're shot. But I was with the guy that's been shot before, so he knew all the things to do. Like he's like, let's check everything because you might not know it first. And then I'm like, oh, all right.
I remember
Everything
reading
was fine.
stories about that where like I think it was like a soldier or something like that. It was like I was out in the field for 12 hours or some shit like that. I don't know the whole story, but he's like I was basically I'd been shot for 9 hours and I didn't realize it until I got home and took my boots off and like I just dumped blood out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, I'd been hitting the leg.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Jeez.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Like,
That's why I was tired. You know, I thought it was
a cramp,
like,
but it
I
was
had
actually
French
a
toast
bullet.
this morning. I was like, shouldn't have had that. And he's like, turns out it was a bullet. The whole time, still eat French toast.
What do you think of the like the transformation? I know, like, I feel like some people don't like that it's like a bachelorette and bachelor party town now. They miss the old way or whatever. But I also feel like it's also become like a
It's a cool
massive
city,
place.
yeah. The old way you could get shot downtown. So. And you can still do it now.
the old way.
Yeah, you still get shot now, but there's pretty girls walking around, and you're like,
They have like little penis straws on their hands, but you're bleeding out still. It's okay.
But it's okay. You see the fun, and you're like, this was worth it. It's a good thing. It's a good thing for Nashville. When I moved back here, I was worried that people thought I would quit. I quit comedy. I didn't tell anybody at first.
Yeah.
And then now it's like people are moving here and stuff, and comics are moving here, and the entertainment business is very big here, and so I think it's great that it's changing. There is a lot of the bridal stuff and all that. That's at Broadway. Like, so if you go down to Broadway, it's like, well, that's a zoo down there. That's going to Times Square. You're like, you want to have it. You're like, it's there. But if you just go a couple blocks over, you're like, it's not there.
You can get all the culture.
And you can see all the other stuff.
Yeah,
so, but that's all the honky tonk bars. I mean, I was down there today, and it's like, it's packed. People are on the Tootsies. They're on the top. And it's like, you're like, yeah, go down there for that. When they had the draft here, it was unreal.
Oh, yeah.
The draft was... it was so cool to see, and like just the amount of people that came out and hung out on that Broadway and all that, and it was awesome. So I like that. I mean, you're getting a lot more traffic now. Yes, people that have lived here, I've lived here my whole life, and so some of the older people, they don't like the traffic, and they don't. But you don't come downtown. You used to never come downtown, and now you just don't come. It's safe to go, but it's not.
You don't come.
You don't come for a different reason.
Yeah.
I actually haven't noticed much traffic. I mean, I guess it's like early.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're in New York. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah, you get the aspects of that. But, like, it's, they have a, highway around the city and stuff, all that. Whatever they do. Whatever a city,
man,
whatever a city does.
Yeah.
You know.